Last week on Talk SA, we spoke to men about the state of their health and whether they felt their level of health was up to scratch.
Number two, we have too many calories in our diet.
A healthy mind is a healthy body, and vice versa, a healthy body is a healthy mind.
This technique helps me to be restful, but at the very same time, alert.
Thanks to Vusani Mtombo for sharing with us his thoughts on our Facebook page. Your comments help South Africa to keep talking. Today on Talk SA, we focus on photography and chat with Alfred Kumalo, who takes us down memory lane.
Ngathetha ukuthi okokuqala sesikoleni ngangithanda ukudweba kakhulu. Debe ithombe konke lokho.
The Umuzi Photo Club comes under the spotlight.
The more positive people, the people that care actually about our talent, they're showcasing that to them. They can really help us, like finding young organizations that really do care about the youth.
We capture some unique memories through the streets of Alex.
When we meet real people and we touch real things.
It's said that the youth of today will not be remembered as fondly as the youth of 1976. But if you look at our recent history, in 2011, we saw the youth marching to Tshwane in the hopes of their wishes of economic emancipation in our lifetime will be realized. And this is the kind of youth movement that we're going to be showing you today on Talk SA. We're looking to speak to youth and small organizations who have made a concerted effort to have their voices heard through the mode of photography. Now, taking stills is an art form. So I suppose that's why people think it's exclusive and elitist. But today we are doing away with that way of thinking. We are starting a new wave of looking at life.
Photography kumina usuke ngikhuluma ngento ehambisana ngezithombe. Mhlawumbe ukhuluma ngento esizibukayo ngoba into ezishuthwayo enye futhi ezithathwa futhi zifakwa kuma museums zenza ama exhibition ngazo.
Wena nje uyathanda ukushuthana?
Yeah, ngiyathanda ukushuthana, especially through iphone yami.
Ma ushutha ini?
Ngishutha izithombe zabantu more interesting, ama events yonke lonto le.
Ukuthola manje noma sengizibeka lapha khona izangikhumbuza futhi ukuthi nawo umuntu ngizimise ukuthi ngifuna ukuba yinani mhlawumbe ngifuna ufana nobani ngekusasa lami.
Do you want me to show you?
Yes. Cela sikhombise izithombe zakho sisi.
My mom and my cousins.
Oh, nice. And ucabangani ngokuthi it's so easy ukushutha manje. You don't have to ube necamera, ube nama-film. You can just whip out your phone. What do you think about that?
I think it is great because anything yenzakalayo nje you just capture with your phone yakho.
Yeah, bayenze izinto zaba simple ngoba yabo kudala yabo isithombe bekumele siyogezwa yabo lento leyo bese umuntu akhona uza after uma 3 weeks manje kanti mawuphethe ifone uyakhona nje ukuthi ushute bese uyahamba uyosigeza isithombe sakho.
Sometimes ba di sebedisa as the postcard gore ba di rekise, like they mostly ba tsa bana ba nyene mo sekolong se di photo. Yeah, and then jaka di crafts tsa rona tse ba etsa di postcards ka tsona.
But what I don't like is people who take my photos. Somebody told me that he saw a big poster in Ivory Coast with my face. So now I felt that I've been used and cheated about that,
Alfred Kumalo is a celebrated photographer all over the globe. His career flourished in the 1950s and he's traveled the world taking photographs of ordinary people, the rich, the famous, as well as political icons. All his travels and his memories are housed here at his museum in Soweto. So Talk SA decided to make a pit stop to hear him share his words of wisdom.
Good to see you.
Baba, cela usitshele ukuthi yini eyak-attracta ukuthi uqale ukushutha iy'thombe?
Ngathetha ukuthi okokuqala sesikoleni ngangithanda ukudweba kakhulu. Debe ithombe konke lokho. Kodwa ke ithombe vela ngangizithanda. Ngaqala ngokuthi ngizichume nabamaphepha. Ngoba ngiyawuthanda nomlando ukuthi isithombe senza umlando odlula ngisho umlando ongawucabanga so umlando omkhulu kabi
imlando eyak-attracta more ukuthi hayi ngifuna ukutshela ukukhombisa abantu these kind of stories bekuyini
imlando eyangi-attracta kakhulu imlando yencindezelo ukuthi sicindezelekile and then ukwazisa nezinto ezimbi ezenzekayo esizweni esinsundu. This was at the funeral of O.R. Tambo. This painting sat on my head and released itself on my head.
Kuthiwa inhlanhla.
Manje sengize ngakhipha incwadi ezine ezikhuluma ngawo umlando. Mangathola isithuba ngizokwenza ezimbili noma ezine futhi mangathola ifunding. This is a little child in Cape Town. And this little boy was taken about 28 years ago in Sharpeville. The worst thing eyenzeka la ngikhona khona kubantu kushona kwabantu eSharpeville massacre. Makushona lawo bantu nangelanga elilandelayo ngangifisa ukuthi ngathi ngabe bengiphupha. Ngathi ngabe lento engiyibonile ngathi ngabe akulona iqiniso. Emva kwakho nje kukhona isithombe sakhona lesi. Yeah. Kodwa wawungafisa ngathi nje nightmare ngathi iphupha elingasile. Kodwa ke kwakuyinto yempela. Lapha kulesithombe sinobaba ababili ababamba ikhono elikhulu emzabalazweni. Lo nganele ongakimi sekuthiwa uphecelezi u-O.R. Tambo. Ney'thombe zakhe ese-airport nisibona ziphanyekile lapha zathathwa yimina. Yikho lokhu bengithi sasizwana nje nabantu abaningi abaholi abaphezulu nabaphansi yonke inhlobo yomzabalazo. Photography is taken all over the world. Ingise konke ngisho nala ngangingacabanga ukuthi ngizofika khona. Phecelezi ngendawo efana neRussia. Yeah, go Moscow, all over America, go New York, go Hollywood. Kanti futhi nehlwele zabantu ohlangana nazo wonke umhlaba. Uhlangane nabo wazi ukukhuluma nabo ngendlela eqotho. Yeah. This was a prize-winning picture for me, Cesar. 1962. It was a big story. I was on the cover of Drum magazine when I won a car as a first prize. Kwakhona abaphikanisa there were 1,900 entries. Ngathatha ngawin first prize. First prize it meant ngithola imoto. I had never owned a car before. Ngangazi benayo imoto. Ngangijabule kakhulu ngokuthi nje ngithole inqola and kwakuyinsimbi hayi njengenqola eneyiplastic manje. It was proper steel. Yeah, yangempela. Yeah. These are the cameras we used in the past. This is one of the lenses. This is what, a 300? This is what we used to use for print pictures. You used to switch on the light, you open the head, and you put it here, you put the negative here.
Cela usitshele ngale camera ngoba siyabona ukuthi i-digital bekunjani ukuthi usuqala usebenzisa i-digital.
Before ngizoqala ngangafuni ungena ku-digital ngithi bathi phecelezi resist. Kodwa kwathola ukuthi mawufuna iy'thombe ezizongena nasephepheni masinyane i-digital yenza kube ngcono ngoba ungasithatha isithombe manje within 10 minutes ngaba all over the world. Kulula kakhulu manje kodwa ke ukuzimisela kuzo zonke izifundo into ephumelelayo ukuzimisela noma kunzima. Siyafisa ukuthi nibe nekhono lokuthanda ukuya phambili. Nisitshela ukuthi mangikhula ngifuna ukuba into ethize nibe yiyo kuphela kungabe bikho into enivimbayo.
After the break on Talk SA, we take a look at Alexandra Township through a different set of lenses with the Johannesburg photo walkers.
We've been doing this Joburg photo walk for like a year, and it's a wonderful way to see the city because if we had done this on our own, we would just be going to the touristy attractions.
This year, Alexandra Township marks 100 years of existence. We joined Mark Straw and the Joburg photo walkers as they took a walk through the bustling streets of Alex to see all that they could see. Now, the Joburg photo walkers was started by a group of friends who simply loved photos and photography, and they decided to get to know their surroundings outside of their immediate circles. Let's take a look at what happened this Saturday morning.
There's a taxi rank there. So that taxi rank, it is combined with a shopping mall that we shall also be seeing.
Okay, I had no idea they had a mall. Like a really nice mall. This is cool. Learning more about SA.
It essentially started for me about 2 years ago when we got together just over a supper, and we thought that this would be a very good idea to get people to explore the streets.
Well, I've always been, kind of an amateur photographer, and so I was just looking for something around, like a group that would do this type of activities, and yeah, I've been really enjoying it. Mark is great at organizing that stuff. And I'm excited about this Alex tour today.
Is it? What in particular are you looking forward to?
Just seeing how other people live the other side of Sandton, so it's always good to broaden your horizons, I guess. Yeah.
And what are you looking forward to particularly today in Alex?
To be part of their history, to say that I've been in Alex, and it's a part of our country, so we have to all to interact with each other and learn from each other's cultures and backgrounds.
It's going to be an interesting experience because I've lived in Johannesburg for 28 years and I've only just started using London Road as a through road. So every week I drive through London Road and I kind of go, what's on either side? What is past this main road here? What are the people doing? So I was quite fascinated to find out that there's actually a heritage route in Alex. I had no idea that there was that much history in it.
We're learning a lot about the heritage and the history of Alexandra. We're heading to the Heritage Centre at the moment, so we'll get a lot more insights into the history of the place.
The really great thing about the walk through Alex is that whilst the photographers are taking photos, there's also trained tour guides who are telling us a lot about the history and the heritage of Alexandra, and I'm learning so much that I didn't know about. So you must also come through and take a walk on the Heritage Walk of Alex.
About that time, today it's 2012, as Alexandrians we are celebrating 100 years. Alexandra was established in 1905 but declared a township in 1912, hence we are celebrating 100 years this year. Yes, and on the heritage trail that we are walking through, these are the spaces where events have happened. We are celebrating people, events and spaces.
I love it. I just love to experience a different culture and this part of the world and to meet the people and to see how they are towards us. I love it. Yeah.
And how are they towards you?
I think always 100%. They just love it. Yeah.
So it's a good experience.
Yeah, it's a great experience. Yeah.
So let's tell ngalo leli sonto ukuthi la qhamuka nini, how old is it? Ne background yakhona.
Okay, the church was built in 1923, and during the apartheid era when they introduced the Bantu education, the church then established the Catholic Mission School, which is behind this church.
I don't have a camera, so I'm going to use my phone and I'm going to take as many photos as I can, as many images as I can, because I'm very interested. I've never walked through Alex. I've been in, I've driven through and everything, but I've never walked through and actually experienced Abantu Makhona. So that's what I'm doing. I'm taking photos. I'm taking photos of you taking a photo.
Yes, because you're taken to the masses, and people need to know that photography now is available to everybody. From iPhone cameras, Craig loves his Apple, I'm an Android, and to more expensive cameras. But so it's can go to anybody basically, and easy to get involved, especially with the Joburg photo walkers. We go around Johannesburg, and we love Johannesburg.
We're from Singapore, but we live in Johannesburg. We're here because my husband has a stint in Johannesburg for 3 years, and we've been doing this Joburg photo walking for like a year, and it's a wonderful way to see the city, because if we had done this on our own, we would just be going to the touristy attractions. But the fact that we have joined this group, we've seen so much of the real Johannesburg. It's just absolutely wonderful, and we meet real people, and we touch real things, and we see the real lifestyles, and it's just fabulous.
And when I say passionate and unolwazi olubanzi about Alexandra, is it because of Konoga Konala, or is it just something that interested you?
I was born and bred in Alex, and I happened to work for a heritage project in Alex. I was involved in the writing of the history of Alex. There's a book that we researched, we went to the archives, we had oral interviews, we interviewed people, and we produced a book about the history of Alex.
The thing is, it's really safe here, and it's getting back to grassroots, taking the photography back to the community. And a lot of these people here also do the portraits as well, community portraits. Help portraits, where you go in there to schools, take photographs of kids in schools, and they give the photographs back to the children, which normally couldn't afford them photography. So these are professional people coming out of their comfort zone, going to sort of rural places, rural schools, and taking photographs.
We're basically just a group of really photographers that love getting together and exploring and seeing the world around us in our way, of the way that we can see the world through the lens. And there's just so many different perspectives that you really get to see as you're walking, especially that's the joy of it. And being on the streets and not missing anything as you're walking.
After the break on Talk SA, Umuzi Photo Club begins to capture history in the making.
Now I just think as young people, we need to align ourselves with positive people that actually doing great things out there to get ourselves involved with our community project.
How did you decide to get involved with Umuzi?
Basically, Umuzi approached us and said, this is what we're doing. We're looking to create photographers and photojournalists in the communities from where they come. And that was very interesting for us, because what we saw there is that this kind of development strategy was capturing great imagery in the townships, it's more difficult for a journalist to come from outside, foreign to that community, and try and capture what's really happening there.
What exactly is Umuzi Photo Club?
Umuzi Photo Club is a youth development organization that gives the opportunity to young people from developing communities to work with media professionals to develop socially focused content, image content, video content on issues in the community that they're passionate about.
So what we're looking at is to see not just what do we want to change in the corporate world, but what do we want to change in general. And Umuzi is a change agency in that sense. And we respect and honor that, so we want to facilitate that. And so coming from that thought leadership space, we realize that there's a bridge between the social activism and what we as Draft FCB can provide.
So up until now, we've had interventions in Deep Sloot on service delivery, where our young people put together an image campaign and an exhibition in their youth center that communicated their unrest when it comes to the amount of service delivery that Deep Sloot's afforded.
What are some of the opportunities that Draft FCB and Umuzi offer the youth?
The first opportunity that stepped up, which was a big deal, is that Umuzi captured through photographs the brand migration from Vodacom being blue to Vodacom being red. That was a massive project. It was the largest in Africa, and we thought that this would be a perfect opportunity to initiate this relationship between Draft FCB, Umuzi, and one of our big brands, and it was a great success. Tabelo, young photographer, great talent, rising star. He was the lead photographer, and we were very happy with his work, and as was Vodacom as the client.
So Butami, yini into emqoka oyifundile or into important oyifundile kakhulu kwi Umuzi Photo Club?
Music Photo Club basically taught us discipline, like really caring about the people that are close to you yourself. That's why it's a difference more not just to say nah I'm so selfish. And even like how it's the story, you must get to interact with Batubana, not just to be emotionless. Sure.
And waqala ukushuta ngecamera enjani?
Shoot disposals. From disposals, I went to a snapshot. From a snapshot, now I'm using a Canon 70.
Ngiyayibona cha hectic le ngathi spam.
No, I get camera. I don't think you can have the most expensive camera it just depends with an eye. If you have the eye, then everything that you take, go by a masterpiece, I think. Just say I need to buy the most expensive camera to be the best cameraman. So just depending how you use the tools. Now I just think as young people, we need to align ourselves with positive people that are actually doing great things out there, to get ourselves involved with our community project within our communities, people that are doing good, so that we can also be positive, we can get that positive energy to do more, like with our craft, just being a painter, a cameraman, just a guy that's a DJ, because the streets, it's a bit hectic sometimes. You find yourself selling drugs at an early age, then from there, you don't progress in life, just become a failure. So you get involved in stuff to cover everything yourself. So I just think that just aligning yourself with positive people in the area.
Your nation builders of the week this week are Photo Walkers, Umuzi Photo Club, and Tate Alf Kumalo. Next week on Talk SA, we explore the bizarre explosion in the film industry in Nigeria known as Nollywood.
We should be competing as Africa, towards against the West, and I think that's where most of the problems, most of these barriers.
In this day in history, Reverend David Russell of Cape Town defied a burning order and was sentenced to 3.5 years in prison, with 2.5 years suspended on February 28th. All this for fighting a good cause against apartheid.